Hey guys, Sam from Banter here with a little disclaimer. So we plan for these videos to normally have the actual video from our Google Hangout in the podcast in these little videos that we're putting on our YouTube. This one was a little bit glitchy though, and the video was really stoppy and starty, like to the point where it really wasn't worth putting in. So this week you're gonna be stuck with audio only, it's just gonna be pictures, but we plan from next week onwards to always have the video from the live stream for you. My laptop just really didn't want to keep up with the video this week, which is a first. But without further ado, enjoy the show. Yeah, funny you mentioned how expensive living in Sydney is going to be, because like a lot of people, I feel like they would have gotten by having YouTube channels and stuff like that, funding them, like with a small subscriber base, getting a little bit of money here and there from YouTube. But now that is out the drain for most of these small creators. This is your topic now, Dill. Oh no, actually this is my topic. Yours is the last one.
Yeah, I just had mine, but I'll take another one if you want. Like.
Yeah, well this is Dill's second topic now. Fuck, I'm butchering hosting today. This is horrible. It's because it's so hot. But yeah, so my topic today is the new YouTube monetization rules that came in this week, which Pug, who's in the chat now, put it really well in a group that we're in at the moment. It's just like the biggest fuck you possible to small creators. Because essentially they've made it really, really difficult to be eligible to monetize your videos. So in a statement that they've got, which I'll bring up now, they said, if I find the right spot, starting today, we're changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time in the past 12 months on your channel and 1,000 subscribers. So once you've hit that threshold, then yeah, you're fine. You can be monetized. But that 4,000 hours is killing a lot of people, especially people who make tiny little like videos, like animation videos or something like that, where it takes a long time to make for a short length of time. That's really messed those people, like really fucked them over. I wanted to know what your guys' thoughts about this is.
Yeah, no, like definitely what you like how you mentioned, it's gonna screw over a lot of people who easily do probably meet like those requirements for subscribers. But as you said, they have videos that are 30 seconds long. They're gonna need so many more times the amount of people to view them to get even close to those 4,000 hours. It's just like it helps out, like it fixes a lot of problems for like the higher tiers who are being demonetized and things of the sort. It doesn't help 90% of YouTube though, those who make up like the lower portions.
That's exactly right. Ever since I've seen this happen, it's just been a big fallout in like a few different communities, and in like some that aren't even for small YouTubers like we are. Like some are just communities that I'm in because they're like nerds who like nerd stuff, or like sport groups who like sports stuff, and they're all just saying, hey, we run YouTube channels and we used to get a bit of money from this, and now we're screwed. We're not getting a single cent like we used to. We're now getting demonetized. And yeah, no, it's just been a big sort of falling out in the community. It seems to have turned a lot of people off the site.
It's definitely like destroyed any incentive for anyone who has like these kind of videos, because it's not that people aren't ready to work for it, it's just such an astronomical thing before it becomes worth it. Like the amount of time you'd have to put in before you started to get any sort of payout for it doesn't like merit the amount of time like they've put in as like the reward tier, or like the tier that you become a YouTube partner.
It's interesting you say that, and I have a... While I hear what you guys are saying, it's not a perfect thing. There's definitely flaws, especially if you're making shorter animation style videos, because I've tried to do animation before. It is hard for anyone who hasn't done it. And if you want to make lengthy animations, you're going to be there for hours moving the little things. Like I would never have the patience to be able to make that. But on the whole, I think it's a good move for YouTube, because with all the adpocalypse things lately, bloody revenue has been up and down, and for a lot of big YouTubers who this is their full-time job and their sole income, imagine if you had a job, right? You're working somewhere, and one day your pay's high, one day your pay's low. The boss just starts paying you random things all the time because the adpocalypse is going up and down. I think you'd much prefer a stable income, or an X dollar an hour sort of thing. So YouTube has basically tried to fix it for all the people who someone might have just went full time, because currently the ad rates they can support going full time and focus on YouTube, and then the next day the adpocalypse comes, and when the first adpocalypse happened, my ad rates went from like $1 per 1,000 views to like cents per 1,000 views. That guy just got messed around. Like that guy's just quit his job to make YouTube videos, and now he probably can't even afford to eat. So I think it's definitely making bigger YouTubers who it's their full-time job, a lot more stable for them, so they don't have to stress out so much, to be honest. And for the little people who can't monetize now, it sucks for them, but really they're only missing out on about, I think someone estimated about $30 or so.
Yeah, absolutely. But for those people who might be making quality content, it is now a lot harder for them to ever reach the threshold that they might need to get monetized when they might deserve to, I suppose. But it is good that the bigger guys can be getting more money out of it and supporting them. Absolutely. But what I think we'll start seeing out of the platform now is people starting to do stuff like this, especially a podcast on a YouTube channel, because if you can have people staying watching an entire podcast, and about an hour a week, if you get a lot of people watching that, that is going to bunch up, like that is going to get your minutes watched up a lot. But especially people going to places like Twitch and Patreon, I bet we'll probably get, especially in the gaming community, a bit of an exile onto platforms like Twitch. And Twitch is becoming a lot more YouTube-like it well as now, where you can upload just short videos like YouTube. It doesn't have to be streamed and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll see a little bit of an exodus out of here.
But yeah, also like talking about how like the larger YouTubers are better off because of this. A lot of the time, just because you have these views and just because you have these like subscribers doesn't mean that your like content isn't going to be demonetized. It's so centric on like one of the ones that I've watched, they get demonetized because of the things that they've flagged in their videos. It's not because they're bigger YouTubers or anything. Like I can't see how in the end this is going to help them too much when their videos are being demonetized simply because of their content.
Well, I think with that, I don't know if you heard that YouTube has hired, I think it was like 10,000 human workers to basically review videos for monetization and see if they're safe or not. So essentially wiping out all these smaller channels who they would have had to check earlier. They've got like 90% less channels to check, so that they can actually check all these videos because how could humans check it all? There's like millions of hours uploaded. You know, you hear those statistics, like hundreds of hours of YouTube every second or something. So it's hard to check them all. Now it's going to be a lot easier to check if there is, you know, monetization issues. So the bigger YouTubers won't be getting demonetized as much. So I think it's not going to solve that problem, but I think it is going to help it.
But then like a multinational corporation such as YouTube can only muster 10,000 employees to check videos. Is like another thing that seems like a drastic misunderstanding of like how many manpower they need to actually review these videos. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, like, what's the difference between saying, hey, this is the threshold where we will manually review your videos. Until then, we're going to have to use this robot to like check your videos. If you get flagged, sorry, but that's it. Like, you probably wouldn't have been making anything in the first place.
Yeah,
but like at least you get a fair chance at like having content that is wholesome that might not get flagged in the first place.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just they've been like, you know what? We don't care. These people who still make up a huge portion, probably like over 80% of YouTube, we don't care because they're not going to be making us the amount of money that these large YouTubers are. If we keep these large YouTubers happy, that's all that we like need to worry about now. Fuck the rest of them. That's too much effort.
Yeah,
I think in the long term, that's going to definitely damage their reputation simply because getting into this industry is going to become nigh impossible. So the generations we see that keep getting revitalized, it's going to be so much harder for them to get to a point where they can become the next generation of YouTubers.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that you say that. Kara also put in the chat, and I this is the one reason that I disagree with these new changes. On the whole, I think they're good, but this is the one reason. It has been proven that YouTube prefers videos that are monetized because they make money if they show ads in front of your videos. So they're obviously going to recommend, like in the trending section and in the recommended section on the homepage, they're going to recommend videos that they can make money off. So if all these small YouTubers have their ads and monetization taken away, YouTube has no incentive to go and recommend you watch these videos and promote them as much because they don't make money off it. So what a lot of people have seen is if their monetization's taking away, it's harder for them to grow because less people are being exposed to their content, which I think is a very bad step backwards for small YouTube creators.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We definitely agree on that.
It kind of makes, like, sure, the people who are big and monetized now who can keep it, they're going to stay there, of course, but it makes it even harder to break into the game And I mean, what's going to happen when like a lot of these people decide to stop doing YouTube, and then all these people who can't break in, they're going to have a hard time doing it. There's going to be like a sort of gap where people are less motivated to make content, or like YouTube aren't promoting people's channels who are like making much content anymore.
And that's one of the reasons I do like the change as well, is all of these demotivated people are going to be off the platform, and that makes me extremely happy, because the amount of people I've seen, and it makes me so angry, the amount of people I've seen that have heard these changes and they're like, well, there goes my reason to do YouTube. If you're doing YouTube solely for the money, that's it annoys me to no end, because if you seriously wanted money, I've been doing videos since 2011, before monetization was even a thing, because I enjoy making them and I'm still doing it today. I've probably made a couple of $100 in that time. And I've spent countless hours filming, editing, uploading, promoting on social media. If I wanted $200, I could do a couple of shifts at McDonald's. I could make that in a couple of shifts at McDonald's. If they want to do something for the money, YouTube, don't do YouTube. Do it because you love it. And if this change is weeding out all the people just doing it for money, not passionate about making content, then I'm happy. There's more room for the rest of us, because it's a very oversaturated market.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that's like a good side, I guess, like with no real objection. Those people that do have those incentives of like, you know what, YouTube is something that I'm just going to get big on, and it's going to be easy, I'm just going to make money. It's like those people just get taken out, and they're a toxic community anyway. Anyone who follows things such as those videos where it's just like reposting, rehashing things without like having any influence of your own, where you're not actually enjoying it, you're just like, what gets people, and like, I don't even know, I'm just going to steal these videos off people till I have enough people and I can just sustain myself off this channel that I don't have to give a fuck about. Like, so it stops them going to it in the first place. Exactly. So, I definitely agree on you there. It's just like, it feels like it's lost like that human aspect to it for those who do want to do it because they love it. It's just
I think a lot of those people never understood the platform anyway. Like, they're the people setting out, like, they look at someone like Logan Paul or Rice Gum or something who are like millionaires. They're like, oh yeah, I just have to make a couple of videos about what I'm doing. I'll be there in a couple of years. Like, I'll be there in a week. I'll be a millionaire.
It's like 0.0001% actually make decent money.
And I don't know how that works. Like, aren't there like over 1 billion YouTube channels or something like that?
There'd be shitloads.
It's ridiculous.
One positive thing I've seen, and if you're a small YouTuber watching this and you want some motivation, don't get unmotivated by these changes. You guys are in it, I run a Facebook group for small YouTubers. I'm all about helping small YouTubers. I'm a small YouTuber myself, and one of the best things I've seen posted in that group was about these changes. I can't exactly remember who posted it, but they said, don't get demotivated. This only motivates you to work harder. If the bar's there, it doesn't matter if the bar's moving. Just, try and reach that bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
That's true.
Don't let it's $30. Don't just do YouTube for $30. If the bar's there, work towards it, and eventually, once you've crossed over that bar, YouTube is better for you anyway. So it's setting up a stable, more stable income up here. Just get to that point, and then you're happier, rather than being at that point now and it's super roller coaster with your income. That's not good for anyone.
Yep.
But Dill, my $30 is getting me like a couple of Big Mac meals like a month or a year.
You holding out on me? I'm getting none of that.
Dude.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you that we hit 100 subscribers, but I hid the money, and then we were monetized, and like I was just taking the whole $30. Yeah.
Do 2 hours at McDonald's, Sam, and that's your $30.
I want to eat the food, not make it. No, I'm kidding. Like I totally agree with you though. Like those people who are a little bit annoyed about their $30 a month and deciding not to do it anymore. We're never in it for the right reasons to begin with.
And look, at the end of the day, it sucks. That's $30 you would have had and you don't have anymore. But YouTube's got to do something. They're having a crisis and they've had to do something. It's probably not the best situation or the best solution, but I think it's going to help the platform in the long run.
That's true. And there are other ways to get money too. Like if you make content that is really good and other people genuinely believe in it, but your channel is too small to be monetized, some people will get behind you on a system like Patreon or Twitch streams and like send you a cent or two. Especially if you're making genuinely good content that will stand out. People will want to back that or buy merch and stuff like that. Jake wants me to take my Eels jersey off. Never, although it is getting quite sweaty. It's very warm in here. I'm not going to take that off for you.
Okay, I'm going to try that.
Kara's posted something good in the chat. She says, at the end of the day, I make videos to capture my life, and if people enjoy them, then go me. See, that's someone who's making content for the right reasons, not for the money. And I don't know, I just, after doing it for so many years, it really gets on my nerves, people doing YouTube for the money, and people saying that because YouTube's taken away, their monetization, they have no reason to do YouTube anymore. If that was the single reason, like, sure, it's a nice bonus, but if that was the only reason you're doing it, yeah, it annoys me.
Shit mentality.
That's exactly right. Like, this is just a fun, rewarding hobby to do, right? It's not the career path, I suppose. And for some people it is, and it works out that way, but you should never expect it or do it for that. But we should probably move on to the next topic now. We're getting pretty late into the show. But Ben, what did you have for us this week? Unless you guys had any final thoughts to put out on that topic.
Sam, I want my money.
No, it's mine. And I actually spent it all on Big Macs already. But
Okay.
Dill, did you have any final thoughts you wanted to say?
No, I think... I got a bit
You did
heated
do a
there.
great
Sorry, guys.
motivational speech
I'm
there.
passionate about YouTube-related stuff.
I think in my edit of this that I put up on Tuesday, this topic will be up on our channel. I'll probably put like some motivational music behind it, and then when you take your epic sip from the cup, like Pug pointed out, I'll zoom in on it, and you'll look like a right badass. You look great.
Look, guys, as some final thoughts, if you're a small YouTuber, hang in there. Like, just please don't get demotivated by this. It's $30. It's really not a lot. Please don't do YouTube for the money. Do it because you love it. And I think a lot of, like, the vast majority of YouTubers do make videos because they love it. But there's some, if you're doing it just for the money, rethink what you're doing. Seriously.
Yep, fair enough.
That's my final thoughts. Thank you very much.
Good final thoughts.
I'll be here all night.
I can get behind that cause.